Do you want to make a better downswing? In this next video I'm going to share a fantastic drill that will really improve your downswing and help you hit a lot more consistent golf shots. I'll see you soon. Hey, it's Troy from Hitting It Solid here. In this video I'm going to show you a fantastic way to make a better downswing through this quite incredible drill you can practice at home that will really improve your golf game. So make sure you stick around to the end. I'm going to show you this drill that will really help you out. So before we get started, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. More subscribers I get helps me grow the channel and keep on producing great golf content to help us play better golf together. So why is the downswing so important in golf, and where do golfers go wrong with this? Well, the downswing is just absolutely critical. I see so many golfers that make a fantastic backswing, but then when it comes to the downswing they get the whole sequencing wrong, and this transition move into the downswing is really messed up so often and just causes them to hit a lot of inconsistent golf shots. So what's a common bad position where golfers go wrong? Well, I'll show you this from a couple of angles. So from looking down the line, most golfers go wrong in the downswing. When they get to the top here, usually their hands start the downswing, and in an effort to sort of maintain lag, they might come down fairly steep like this, and they get the club head either in line with their hands here or outside, and then to hit the golf ball they obviously have to flip at it with their hands to hit the ball any sort of accuracy and distance. They sort of flip it like that. And that's generally where most golfers go wrong with their downswing. So looking face onto the camera, it looks something like this. They'll get to here, club head outside the hands or straight on, and then they'll flip at it to sort of rescue the shot and hit the golf ball any sort of distance at all. So that's a common position that golfers get themselves into, and by doing it that way they're using a lot of wrists and hands to get the timing right, which is the most difficult way to do it. You can get away with it to a point. You might have the odd good round where it works, but generally you want your upper body to be rotating to square the club face, and that way you'll be a lot more consistent. So what should a good position in the downswing look like? Well, as I set up here and I get to the top, in this downswing position, what I want to be looking at is, when I get to about here, I want that club to be behind my hands like so. I want this lead wrist to be a little bit bowed. And you'll see in this position, commonly by the really good players, the shaft normally splits through that right forearm. It's a bit hard for me to see from this, but it should be roughly around that right forearm. And as I rotate my body through, the club face will square and you can hit the ball a lot more solid, and you actually hit a lot more little draws with that sort of move. So that's an ideal position you want to be in your downswing. Once you get to about that, roughly about that, close to that hip height, you want that club head behind you, a bit of bowing in that arm and that lead wrist, and then rotate through. That's ideally what your downswing should be looked at. We're not relying on timing. We've got the bigger muscles doing the rotating, and that will really help you become a lot more consistent with all your clubs in the bag, not just your driver, what I'm demonstrating with here today. Your irons will work just as effectively. So I've got a great drill that you may or may not have heard of before, just called the pump drill, that can really help embed this into your swing. And it's really simple to do. You can practice this at home or even prior to the first tee. It works really well. So all I'm going to do is get to the top of the swing. I'm going to pause halfway down, get my position where the club head is behind the hands, have a bit of bowing in that lead wrist. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to rotate and get into that finishing position like that. And what that'll do as we get to the top, as I stop here, 2, that'll ingrain really good feel in your golf swing, so you can sort of feel where that club head should be in that downswing, right when it gets to that hip high position, the really critical position. Give me a good feeling, and then from there it's just a matter of rotating through, and that club face will be a lot squarer. If anything, it might be a tad little, I wouldn't say closed, but it's just a tiny bit turned in, and you'll get rid of things like slices if that's a shot that you've struggled with, and you'll develop more of a draw straight shape sort of shot if you can work on getting that right. And it really helps you to shallow out the golf club. So as I said at the start, most golfers go wrong, whereas they get to this position, then they flip, which is a really steep downswing. But with this really helps shallow it. You can see how much shallower the club's getting. We're a lot more balanced in our finish just by practicing that pump drill, getting that little bit of bowing. If I explain what bowing is before, so this is flat, this is cupped, and this is bowing turned in. Guys like Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, they do this really, really well. They get quite a fair bit of bowing in that wrist. I'm just suggesting you get a little bit of bowing, and that helps to shallow out that club. You can see what happens here. If I get to the top, as soon as I bow, watch what happens to the club shallows. If I don't bow and I cup, it does this. So as soon as you shallow, it gets to there, rotate through. Practice that pump drill as much as you can to get the feeling embedded in your golf swing, and that will really help out your golf game. And that drill is just a simple, just hip to hip. Practice rotating, get that bowing, get that club head importantly behind you, not in front of you, behind you, and that will really help you out with your whole golf game. So give that a shot. Have any questions or comments, please let me know. Once again, please subscribe to the channel, really appreciate that. Now below this video you'll see a couple of additional links to extra golf instruction. Make sure you check those out, they will really help you out with your game. Thanks again for watching, I'll see you next time.